Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. I'm trying to get my Palo Santo link. Hi Courtney. I'm going to wait a few minutes for everybody to get in here. If you're here, let me know because I really can't see who's in here. But we're going to start off the new year. Palo Santo, and tonight's new moon is in Capricorn. Hi, Tatty, right? I think I said it right. Hey, Maribel. I feel like we were just together. It has been a long couple of days for me. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Ma'am. My intention was to do a live video making the vision board in my Patreon. And yeah, it's been a long time. And the past couple of days, it did not work out that way. Hey, Cynthia. First, some of you may know, because I shared it with you, that I was having problems recording the January readings. Honestly, I'm sure they were lagging. Hey, Lori. I'm sure they were lagging, but you know, it is what it is. Hi, Nancy. Oh, so cool. Everybody's here. Okay. So I did not even get a chance to make my 2022 vision board yet, but I want to share with you guys. After the reading, I'm going to go over my vision board from 2021. And yes, I did make a gigantic one. So usually for the beginning of the year vision boards, I do a big one because that one stays up all the time. And then I do little ones each month. I save all my vision boards. You don't have to. But I do recommend saving the year one because it's amazing when you look back on it, how things manifested, even though you think or the intentions you set, you had a different way for it to happen, but everything does manifest. Hey, Aurora. So we'll go over the vision boards after the reading. I am so thirsty today. Some days are such a long day for me, and I almost forgot that today was the new moon. It was a little crazy. What I did is I went to the dollar store and I got the is not poster board. You can use poster board, the foam board, and actually, what I was going to do is, and I cut it in half. And I have one and my daughter has one, but you can cut it to size. You could cut it even into quarters and have 4 months worth of vision boards. I just like putting my 2020, my year vision boards on something bigger. Yes, dollar store. Although it's not really, we can't call it a dollar store anymore. And I'm not calling it the $1.25 store, but it is what it is. Did you guys pick your word for the year? Did you decide on the word for the year for 2022? And then we're going to go over this Capricorn energy that we're in. I don't even want to I know it felt like it was but that's kind of like with the first couple of weeks. If you looked at the monthly readings for each sign, going into January is going to be a little bit heavy. Yes, Cynthia, that's a good idea. Cereal boxes. Yeah, I mean, recycle. Do whatever you want. I'll go over different things that I use to decorate my board and what you can use. You can make it as fancy or as plain as you want. Hey, Lynn, I'm glad you made it, Lynn. So pick your word. And know that even though today is the 2nd, don't be so hard on yourself already if it's been challenging. We think that once that ball drops and New Year's Eve happens, bam, all shit from last year is gone, no matter what kind of ritual you do. But we still carry in that energy. And what 2022 is going to be is more of self-discovery. 2020 was forcing us to be with ourselves, Notice the people that are around us, our environment, what is pissing us off and what we miss and we want. And 2021 was about releasing a lot of shit. So a lot of different types of relationships dissolved, new ones started, but 2021 was a lot of releasing. Yeah, Lynn, well, 2022 is going to be more of taking action. So things that we didn't release, or maybe we didn't become aware of in 2020, I feel like the first 2 weeks of January is when the shit's gonna come up really intense. So if you're feeling like overwhelmed or really tired, or like you don't even want to be bothered with people, it's kind of a normal thing. Don't be hard on yourself, because we are receiving a lot of energy codes and light codes and downloads and upgrades and all kinds of crazy shit. So physically, mentally, emotionally, we're going to be wiped. So don't be hard on yourself if you're not feeling the most motivated. If you're not feeling, just want to make sure this is up. If you're not feeling, like ambitious. I noticed that I've been tired for quite some time. And a couple of months now. I really don't have to do much of anything. I just get weight. Now, is it the energy that we're in? Is it the collective energy? Or is it just that I'm going through some antisocial stage? I don't know, but I do know a lot of people are going through that. So just know you're not alone. There's nothing wrong. And it doesn't mean 2022 is starting off like a shit show for you, because it's not. Oh, you're picking transform as your word. Okay, no, transform is perfect. My word that I'm picking is breakthrough, because I feel like that's what I need. I was going to use limitless, but let's be realistic. Like, in order to be limitless, you have to have a breakthrough. And I feel like that's what 2022 is going to be for a lot of us. Transformation, Lynn, is an awesome word. Oh, that's cool. Did I say your name? Tatty? I'm just going to say Tatty. That's the word I'm going with. That's the name I'm giving you. Yes. I think we agreed the last circle that breakthrough was a good word, because breakthrough to me feels like, hey, Yolanda, a combination of what 2022 is going to be like. It's going to be an intense year. Now, is it good or bad? It kind of depends how we're looking at it. Is shit that we need to get rid of and be real with going to show up? Yeah. And if you are trying to deny it, avoid it, yeah, it's going to suck. And then in the same aspect, when you embrace it and you let go and surrender to it, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be freeing. So to me, that's what breakthrough means. It's that combination of realizing something and then taking action towards it. And that's what I feel 2022 is going to be like. So this is the first new moon of 2022. And once again, Happy New Year, everyone. This new moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn is earth energy. And Capricorn is very focused, very detail oriented, very organized, which is interesting because the two cards that came out for the theme of tonight's reading is organization and divine guidance. And that's exactly what not only just the year is going to be like, but especially January. January is I feel that we're getting a lot of downloads, upgrades, which you're going to feel it physically. So like I said, you might be tired, you might be achy, especially pressure over here, like on your head. It's your third eye opening. Sleep is going to be disrupted. Probably a lot of dreams, daydreams, ears buzzing, ringing, all kinds of noise going on in your ears. This is really, it's normal. It is our new normal. And eventually you adjust to it. It's not the impact that it is right now. I'm just reading the messages because I just saw everything fly up. Oh, you're a Capricorn moon. So everything that's holding you back is going to show up. So anything that you may find yourself making excuses for, like for instance, I can't do this because I don't have the money. It may be a legitimate reason, but that's not the reason why you're not taking the action, because we all know we can get creative. We have many different resources that will help us attain the outcome that we're looking for. So if you find yourself making up excuses why you can't do something right now, dig a little deeper with that, because it's definitely some kind of belief that's holding you back. That's not a legitimate reason why you're not taking action. Lynn, I still feel like, and I've been saying this and I never changed, I feel like you are going to leave sooner than you think. I know you have certain goals and plans that you've been, maybe you put a time frame on, but I feel like it's going to be sooner than you think. Definitely. Oh, so Yolanda, you're dealing with both aspects of Capricorn, sun and moon. It's not a bad thing. I mean, Capricorn is what happens, the downside to Capricorn is that we become too analytical. We become too much in the logic of things, the planning of things, because we got to find this balance right now between logic and creative sides of our brain. So logic, we have an idea, but when we start getting too much into the how it's got to happen and how it's got to evolve and unfold, that's when we get screwed. That's when we feel like we're ready to give up because things aren't going the way we expect. So obviously something went wrong. And I totally relate to that, because I feel like I've been feeling this energy for like a month now. I don't know why. I feel like I've been in this energy, and as we got closer to the new moon, it like amplified. So, I mean, I know something is going on, something is going down, and it's not just for me, it's for all of us. We might have different experiences, but we're all feeling the same. We're all in some kind of chaos. But remember, in the center of the tornado is calm. So if we can detach from the chaos and come to that place of being like grounded or centered in the center of the storm, we can see what's trying to break away, what we need to let go of, I should say. Not trying to let go, but need to let go of. And I know for all of us, and I know a lot of you guys, we already know. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to let go of. We know. And to actually take that action is the challenge. This Capricorn energy is kind of going to push us into taking the action that we need to take. And that's why I feel January in the beginning may be a little challenging. But going towards the end is like the breakthrough. Like towards the end, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And then it just gets better from there. I do believe that. And of course, there's free will, and certain aspects of our life may take a little bit longer to learn. But at this point, we are all aware of our patterns, beliefs. We know. And it's not going to go away. And if you're trying to adjust to it or incorporate it into your life, that's not going to work anymore. So it's a matter of, do you want to keep it or do you want to let go of it? Because nothing is going to change. This is whatever presents itself to us right now is what it is right now. And I know it's hard for some of us to let go of, actually all of us, to let go of something that we have a lot of time invested to, a lot of energy invested in, but it helped us grow. It helped us evolve, and it got us right to the moment that we are in right now. What normally I have my notes from meditation, and for some reason I couldn't find the paper, because usually I'm always channeling stuff for the couple of weeks before the circles, and I have a whole bunch of stuff. But like I said, it's been so, I guess it is chaotic. I didn't want to say chaotic, but it is. It is. I feel like I can't get a grip on everything that's happening, and then the things I focus on go to shit anyway. So it's like, why bother? So I'm in this interesting energy, and I'm packing. Don't know where I'm moving yet. Big surprise. I will let you know where I end up. But yeah, so I'm packing, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. And I apologize to my patrons on Patreon, that I did want to do a dark moon meditation yesterday, but I had a few appointments yesterday, and by the time it was like 6-7 o'clock, I was drained. And I don't like doing any type of healing or readings when I feel that way. So I did meditate a little bit, even though I am tired right now because I worked today in the store. I did a meditation class. So it's been a long day, but I always make sure that I am giving you the very best that I can. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you. Lori, you said it right there, the way you said it and what you felt, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I keep forgetting, okay? First of all, I forget that I am on YouTube. I am new to YouTube. The majority of people that are watching my videos are from my Facebook group. And I've been doing these circles on Facebook for 6 years now. And now that I had to change platforms, because Facebook doesn't like me apparently, I keep forgetting that I am on a completely different platform with probably different people, that not everyone, like my safety zone of being in the group, is not there. So I forget to introduce myself because I assume everybody knows me. Until someone posted something in a group, I shared the January reading, and somebody says, "Wow, I love her. I referred her on my podcast," and I was like, "Wow, this girl doesn't even know like it's me," because I never say my name. So I am Anne Marie, and I welcome everyone. I wanted to say old, and you know what I mean with that, guys. My tribe that has been with me for many, many years, and I want to welcome everyone who is new. I'm going to show you 4 cards. No, I'm not. I'm showing you 3. See, you can see that I'm a little out of it. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each. Yolanda, it's not funny. I assume everybody knows me. That's why. Everybody knows who I am. And I just forget. So I will try to remember. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick the card that you're drawn to, because that has the message that you need to hear that you might not even be aware of, the deeper lesson under the experience that you're going through right now. These cards do reflect the energy of the new moon and can trickle onto the next 6 months, depending on where you are and what you're willing to let go of, I should say. I don't want to say anything bad about that, because sometimes when it comes to time frames, people are like, "Oh, when?" I'm not mentioning no names. But the timing it's so weird now. Like 10, 15 years ago, I was able to get exact time frames, dates. And now it's not even the same. It's like there's so many different timelines that is possible for us that it's kind of hard to even give a timeline, because at this point we are so expansive that it's not just this is going to take you to this. No, it's like this, and there's like 10 different paths you can take. So it's hard to do the time thing. It all is based on your free will and your desire to, whether it's embrace or let go of whatever it is. And there is no right or wrong, because either way, either choice you make is going to take you to exactly where you need to be. Lynn, you're not old. You are not old. Also, I want to thank, another thing I forgot, I want to thank everyone who has sent me donations, love offerings. I know I forget to thank you on the videos, but thank you guys to everyone who has sent me gifts, especially for the holidays. Donations and cards. I mean, I got so much stuff. I so appreciate you guys. I know I do this because I love doing it. And to receive something back like an acknowledgement, I can't even begin to tell you. It's like, wow. So I so appreciate everyone's generosity. And even if you didn't, I still appreciate you being here with me because you're contributing to the energy of the circle. So I just feel like no matter what I say, someone's going to take it the wrong way. And I don't mean that. So I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick what you're drawn to. I know last circle, it was a little bit different because there was a little bit in each deck. I did not get that feeling tonight. So whatever deck you pick is the message you need to hear. All the decks are going to resonate. So I am sure that there is something in each deck that you're going to resonate with. But let's face it, a reading is to bring to your attention what you don't know or validate what you do know. So learning about what you don't know is probably the most important thing. And validation, it's always a good thing to be validated. Okay, so today I chose to do the spirit animal cards. So this is the hawk, and if you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 1. The polar bear is deck number 2. I'm trying to make sure the glare doesn't, oh, there we go. And the giraffe, I think this came out the last time. Giraffe is deck number 3. So I'm going to show you the decks again and just type in what deck you picked so I know I don't have to repeat it. This is deck number 1, the hawk. Deck number 2 is the polar bear. And Lynn, that would have been funny. Deck number 3 is the giraffe. Well, penguin, polar bear. I mean, the polar bear is the same thing, Lynn, no? Oh, wow. See, you got another validation of the hawk. Okay, cool. So everyone picked their deck. So that is awesome that some of you got some kind of animal validation. Thank you, Courtney. Honestly, I think it's called spirit animal deck. I have to double check. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's a very simple spirit animals deck. If you chose this card, you are deck number 1. And this is your reading. Oh, look at you guys picking 2 cards. So indecisive. Okay, so we're going to start off with the chakras. We have the solar plexus and the root. So between these 2 cards, because the root chakra is support, stability, your foundation, even money. This is you feeling safe in your own space. And this particular card has to do with family. And then you have personal boundaries. So deck number 1 may be having challenging times, creating boundaries with your family, like family members. Something is brewing. And it's like you're being challenged to express yourself instead of holding it. Like I feel like I can't swallow. So that means someone is feeling something. Let's say your sister said something to you and you wanted to cry, but you don't want your sister to see that you're weak. So what'd you do? Don't cry, don't cry. And you swallow it. And you're like, and you just turn it into something else. That emotion that you swallowed is being stored. And this is kind of pushing you to learn that it's safe to be vulnerable and express yourself without the fear of looking weak or defeated. I do feel like deck number 1 is also at a crossroad. And I want to just see the other cards that came with this. So you have hope, patience and planning, and intuition. So it's pretty safe to say that Spirit is telling you to have patience. And the crossroad that you're at, maybe you are not sure about your choices, but I do feel like one choice is comfortable and familiar, and the other one is unknown and exciting. And the comfortable, familiar route is the one that you think you're expected to choose, and the other one is completely like out of character for you, supposedly. And this is someone who, and I don't know if it's like all of deck number 1 or just someone because the way it came out. This is someone who is too much in their head overthinking and planning shit. This is someone that is afraid to leave it up to your intuition, because you got like your intuition is on fire. It's just that you're downing it. And your intuition is kind of pushing you towards the uncomfortable, unfamiliar route, but maybe you believe that you're going to be criticized for it or judged for it, so you're trying to make the choice for the other one, but you know that it doesn't resonate. So you want more evidence of the unknown route because you want to take that route, but there's no evidence that it'll be a success or it'll be a good choice. So you're overthinking shit. This is definitely someone who is completely overthinking. So I'm going to read the message of the hawk. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. And that's the thing with the patience. You're distracting yourself instead of observing. You're distracting yourself with like nonsense around you or excuses around you because you can't maybe like figure out how to make this work. I'm just reading the messages. Oh, that's cool, Courtney. Yeah, but you have to trust that too. And I don't know if you picked deck number 1, but you definitely get messages what choice to make. You're definitely getting messages to what direction to go in. It's just that it's the unexpected path. And maybe you're afraid to go down the unexpected path because whatever reason. I'm going to look at your, okay, so each deck I pulled one emotional card. And this is Eternal Youth. And if you look at her face, you could see that she has the something inside. If you look in her eyes, there's something inside that is pushing her to a certain path. But then she looks like she wants to distract herself. Like she's trying to play whatever that is thingy. But you can see in her eyes, her mind is somewhere else. And the skull in here makes me feel like there's going to be a death and a rebirth. Not that someone's going to die, please understand that. But a death and a rebirth in your life right now. Something new is coming in, like a new energy. An old energy is dying. Because this feels like energy. An old energy is dying and a new energy is coming in. And it could very well be you getting caught up in your head and you're going to have some kind of moment where you're going to realize, like, I can't do anything about it, or it's not a big deal. Something is going to happen very, very soon, if it didn't happen already, with your way of thinking. So you have big, bold vision, restore and replenish, and power of attraction. So what's interesting with these is these cards, we'll start with the big, bold vision. Big, bold vision is your vision, your goal, what you're heading towards. You've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it. It's just that maybe you didn't see the manifestation just yet. So it's almost as if you not give up, but tired. It's not a giving up. It's like you're exhausted. Like, I don't want to say why. It's this feeling of, it's not giving up. It's just being tired. That you don't want to put any more energy into it. Like, if it's going to happen, great. If not, I don't give a shit kind of attitude. And it's manifesting. There's something that's going to present itself. February, March is what I feel, or around that time. That it's either opportunities or something that you focused on. And it's interesting, like you plan something, or you think you have an idea how something needs to unfold, and you didn't see anything yet. You get like other shit in here, and then all of a sudden something that was part of that path is going to present itself, and it's almost as if it's another validation. Definitely been getting synchronicities, whether it's numbers, songs, animals, anything. Pay attention to what you're thinking when you find these synchronicities, especially if it's repetitive numbers and animals. And there's something with music, and this could be just for someone, some kind of a song, and I don't even know what the song is, but it's an older song, a song from earlier years, let's put it that way. So a song from your past has been coming on, or you recently heard it out of nowhere and you were like, oh shit, that song is old. There's something about that song that fits into the validations you're looking for, into this guidance. There's something about the song. I'm just reading the messages. Oh, so you just had a baby, Courtney? Yeah, and see, I feel for you, girl. Like the postpartum, the new baby in the house, that it's very hard, because the next thing, I don't know if you picked deck number 1, but self-care, replenish and restore. Like, if you see her, this is what I felt like last week. Like, in a fetal position. Like, please stop. This is you taking care of yourself. This is your self-care. This is you focusing on what you want. And it goes back to this crossroads you're at. Instead of making the decisions you think is expected of you, make what feels right to you. Oh, okay, Courtney. Yeah, girl, I feel for you. I really do. It's especially now, like if I had a baby now with all the energy and all the changes going on, I don't know. So I give you a lot of credit, and I do send you a lot of love and light to help you get through this, because I know it's rough. Oh, wow. So you got big changes going on. So you have a lot of changes going on right now. And I know, but the good news is things are going to fall into place. So something is happening for deck number 1. Something is manifesting. You have compassion and meditation. And I'm looking at the animals. There's a rabbit and a bird on this one. So there's like a little bunny, and on top is a little bird. So the compassion, nurturing, that energy is what you need to be giving yourself. Yeah, I know it's rough, but we're all sending you an abundance of energy, love, light. And I don't want anyone to think, no matter what deck you picked, that you're alone. It may feel lonely sometimes, but you're not alone. Believe me, you're not alone. And that's what I think 2022 is going to bring us, like our tribe. And deck number one, because you have like your support system, your family, there may be some like conflict going on. Just know that it goes to that death and rebirth card with the skeleton here, the skull. Something may be dying out, but something new is coming in. And just remember that. You might be purging something and thinking like, oh my God, I'm alone, more pressure, but then something new is going to come along. Meditation. What's interesting, it's saying breathe and quiet. So meditation, I've said this a gazillion times. Meditation doesn't mean you have to sit like a Buddhist monk. Meditation is anything that allows you to quiet your mind, but you're not going to stop thinking. People think like meditation is stop thinking. You can't stop thinking, but you can control your focus. So if you start getting random thoughts, the one that you focus on is the one that you're going to feed the energy to, and it's going to magnify, get better and better. Like if you're trying to quiet your mind and you're like, oh, my foot hurts, my foot hurts. All of a sudden, I can't do this because my foot hurts. Like wherever you focus your attention is going to be amplified. So find something that allows you, whether it's going for a walk, it's some kind of breathing, something that allows you to take control of what's going on, especially in your mind, rather than it control you, your mind's controlling you. And sometimes it could just be sitting down on a chair and putting your hands on your knees and just imagine one hand is getting heavier and the other one's getting lighter. And that's what you're focusing on. And anything that comes to your mind, you bring your attention back to your hand. Heavier, heavier, lighter, lighter. Something else comes, you bring it back to your hand. And that is really what meditation is. It doesn't have to be this elaborate practice with, a meditation room. And it's just controlling what your mind, let's see here, because meditation brings answers. Deck number one has a lot of meditating. So one, you're definitely receiving tons of messages, especially synchronicities. Two, the guidance that you're receiving is actually helping you at this crossroad that you're at, but you need to hear what it's saying. Your gut is feeling it, but then your mind is overthinking it and it's dismissing what you're feeling. So as soon as you get control over your mind, I swear that's when everything is going to change for you. You're going to know with such clarity what to do and how to do it. And I know it seems impossible now, but as soon as you get control over your thoughts and overthinking and let it go and kind of you control your thoughts, you're going to start receiving information, messages, whatever you want to call it, guidance that is going to take you to exactly where you're trying to get. The other card is forgiveness. So I know that Courtney says that she picked one and there was compassion, and you have forgiveness and peaceful resolution. And this could apply to the family relationships, romantic relationships, like any type of relationships that are dissolving right now, especially like the ones that you're going through with family. Forgiveness is a huge aspect. 2022 is going to be about taking responsibility for shit. We can't continue to blame other people because our life sucks. They make you feel this way. They did this. They did that. We can't do that no more. And forgiveness is going to teach us it's not a big deal. We all screw up. Nobody deliberately goes out to hurt you, but it happens along the way sometimes. And it's not a big deal. You can always move past it. There is absolutely nothing. And believe me, I am telling you, there is nothing that you can't release and let go of, and that you have to carry it instead. There's nothing. There's really nothing. And then you have if you believe. So these three cards, I feel like, could be a message. It's almost as if it's a message. Forgiveness, peaceful resolution, and if you believe. So there is some kind of guidance that is actually validating what you're trying to work towards. It's just that you get caught in your head a little too much in how to achieve it, like achieve that outcome. There's nothing you really need to do. And the two cards that you got was Cancer and number 4, and Pisces and number 12. So I don't know if Cancer or Pisces is significant to you, or the number 12 and 4. But this is really about both Cancer and Pisces are water signs. So this is like deck number 1's dealing with a lot of emotional stuff. I'm just going to read Courtney's message. Courtney, you want to know something? You already have it. Like, a lot of people think like the dark side, shadow work, going into the dark is such a bad thing. It's not, because that is the place you can see the light. You can't see light in light because it's light, but you can see the light in the darkness. And sometimes that's the route we got to go. We got to go into the darkness. And the darkness in this case feels like where you're hiding all your emotions. Someone is definitely, maybe the water signs. This is one of your sign, whether you're Cancer or Pisces. Pisces is about intuition and Cancer is about feelings. So you're probably an empath. You're probably very sensitive, and maybe you feel like this empathic gift is more of a curse because you don't see the blessing yet in it. It could be something like that. The other aspect, it could be that you just need to be okay with expressing yourself. Your intuition is teaching you and pushing you to express yourself in healthy ways that is safe. Just, you're going to have to be a little vulnerable. And I know that that's hard for a lot of people. It's not easy to be vulnerable and feel like, especially if you are taught that your emotions are a sign of weakness if you express it, because that anyone who has that belief system may have a hard time right now, because that's exactly what's trying to come up, is expressing your emotions. So let's see what your angel messages are, your spirit family. The energy is gaining momentum. A new start is coming, and conclusions are within reach. So deck number 1, no matter how everything right now feels like a lost cause, maybe you feel defeated in some way, you feel like you don't have the strength to carry on. It's always in that surrender energy when everything changes. And that's what's going to happen for you guys very soon. Deck number 1 is definitely going to have that moment in their minds when everything is going to make sense. But what's going to happen, it's only going to happen, I should say, when you start taking control over your thoughts, your mind. And I hope that resonated with deck number 1. If you picked Polar Bear, you are deck number 2. Oh, God, deck number 2's got a lot of cards. Okay, so we're going to start with the chakras. See, I already said it was going to be an emotional shit show, right? And here goes deck number 2 with the emotions card. Gut instinct. It's emotion and intuition and heart. Emotional balance. So deck number 2 is definitely in an emotional shit show. And I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing because I can relate to it. One, first, maybe you're having panic attacks. Maybe you're feeling like flutter in your heart, and for someone, maybe they're convinced they're having a heart attack. I'm not laughing because that's what it feels like, but it's really the energy trying to break up. It's something that this also, same thing, you're swallowing. So you're swallowing what you want to say, you're swallowing what you're feeling, and you're storing it here, if that makes sense. So here is probably giving you issues, whether it's heartburn, anxiety attacks, fluttering, something is going on with deck number 2. And I feel like it has to do with the energy that you're storing over there. The other aspect is your intuition is on fire, but you're not trusting it. You're not trusting not just yourself, but trusting like source. Like whatever information you're receiving or messages, I feel like deck number 2 is completely aware of their gifts. For most of you guys, you're completely aware of your gifts. It's just that you are, I almost want to say mad. You're mad at God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it. You're just mad at them because you want more information than you've been receiving. And maybe you're just mad that you're not getting the information or the details of it. And it's almost like deck number 1. It's like you're just over it. You just, why bother kind of energy. I feel like deck number 2 is like, why bother? Like, what's the point? I can't get new details, so why even bother? The polar bear is, the message is mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. It's not funny. It's not. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. So that definitely resonates with these cards so far. I'm just going to read. Oh, see? So, Aurora, I totally, another deck I can relate to as well. You know, some people think because what I do, I somehow have answers that they don't. Like maybe I get more detailed information than their intuition tells them. No, I'm just like you guys. A lot of times I second guess it, especially when it comes to myself. I don't second guess other people because it doesn't matter if someone believes it or not. It's just what's coming through. But when it comes to me reading myself or, you know, intuitively for myself, I second guess it because I think that I'm not understanding it right. I need an outside party to help me understand. So it's the same, Aurora, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. The perfection of your life. I don't know why these cards popped up first. Softly, softly, the tender touch. And free from judgment, free to love. So we're going to go back to the gut instincts. This has to do with trust. This has to do with judgments. So perhaps you're swallowing a lot of your emotions because you're afraid of judgment and you're afraid to take action with certain things because you're afraid of screwing up and then you'll be judged. But really, the only one that's judging you is you, because the truth is no one else gives a shit. We just think people do, or they're waiting for us to fall. And if there are people like that around you, who cares what they think? And I know it's easier said. But there is the majority of that energy of judgment is coming from you, and that's coming from not trusting yourself or source energy. source, universe, God, whatever you choose to call it. It is a time for you to surrender to whatever it is that you choose to believe in. This is the time you're going to have to put all your faith into something bigger than you and just listen to where it takes you, because it is pushing you through something. And like I said, I know deck number 2 is completely aware of this. It's just that, I guess in a sense, you're mad. You're mad at, well, not in a sense, you're just mad at everything. Maybe your angels are giving you half-assed information, or your intuition's giving you like pieces of crumbs and you can't figure it all out. There's something like that that's going on right now that is just pissing the shit out of you. It is pissing you off. I do feel like for someone, maybe someone's moving soon, or maybe moving soon. And it could be like where there's mountains and trees, or maybe more land. Something that someone's been talking about, thinking about moving. There is a move that's coming soon. It feels like the springtime, and something with like mountains or land, a lot of lands with trees and something like that. There is, oh, look, here's the moving card. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see this. So someone's definitely moving. And for some of you, it may be moving to a different state, maybe even country. You're moving somewhere unfamiliar. Not everyone, but some may be moving somewhere unfamiliar, like a whole new start, a whole fresh start. You also, deck number 2, may be taking a short trip soon. Maybe like a long day trip, overnight trip, weekend trip, some kind of short trip is coming soon. And this, it's interesting because this short trip you're taking is going to present you some kind of business opportunity. Something you've been focusing on is going to an opportunity is going to present itself in an unconventional way, and it has to do something with this trip. Either you're going to meet someone that's going to lead you to this, or there's just going to be the opportunity from this trip that you take, and it's probably something you didn't even consider. So it feels like it's going to come out of like nowhere. So the trip is very exciting, and it's definitely bringing you money. So here's the rest to rejuvenate. This is your trip. And once again, it's the same thing with the trees and the mountains. And so there is some kind of like retreat. Lynn, yeah, a trip to Florida. Yeah, why not? We have trees here. We just got we don't have mountains. We have hills, giant ant hills, but no mountains. I missed that about up north, the mountains. And then you have prosperity begins. So there is definitely, and the power card, there's definitely some kind of financial opportunity that's coming to you, and your obstacle is you thinking that you can do this, is you distrusting yourself. I was just going to say it's you taking action. And this card's telling you to take action. Take action. Don't stop. A year from now, Marion, yeah, they'll kill you. Communicate clearly, and yes. So I want to show these cards again, because this is kind of like, I feel like for some, this is going to be the validation you're looking for. So, yes. Take action. Don't stop. Communicate clearly. A year from now. So whatever action you're taking now and whatever opportunity comes, I feel like you're going to start seeing results right away, but it's not the end result. It is the beginning of something bigger. And a year from now, I was going to say towards the end of the year, but let's just say a year from now, which would be towards the end of the year. you're going to be in a completely different place. So whatever you are working on, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been focusing on is going to manifest very quickly for you. And this trip is going to be like this stepping stone to opening up something really, really amazing for you. You have confidence and uniqueness. And the number 1 and the number 12, for some reason, stood out. Let me see if there's another. Okay, so the number 1 and the number 12 is standing out. So you got the Sacral Chakra, and that is your motivation, your will, your sense of security. But maybe you're lacking confidence in yourself right now. Something with this trip. I keep feeling like something with this trip, and maybe you're going in the mountains, the woods, or whatever it is, something with the trees is going to like set you free from this doubt and insecurity. Something is definitely going to shift within the next couple of weeks or when this trip occurs. I do feel like this trip is happening soon. So if it's 3 weeks from now, kind of same time frame. Oh, I'm just reading all the messages. Oh God, Lynn. I was just complaining that we haven't gotten like cold fronts in so long. It's been like 85 here. It's so sad. I'm like, oh my God, before we know it, it's going to be summer. I want the cold. So I think tonight I'm going to do like a cold front dance and see if I can pull it in. Uniqueness. If you look at this card, she looks like she doesn't fit in, right? She's got horns on her head. She's got some kind of weird dress on, and she's got lobster hands. She's got lobster hands. Okay, so there is something that is making you feel insecure about yourself because maybe it's unique, out of the ordinary. Maybe you have lobster claws. I don't know. It's possible. But whatever it is, that is, I'm trying to put it into words because I can feel it. That is your purpose. That is the very thing that you're trying to hide is the thing that you need to put out there, that you need to express, that you need to show, because it's on a massive scale. Think of it, it's for the greater good of humanity, greater good of the collective. It's not just about you, but it's you sharing this and opening up others to this world. And you'll see you're not the only one, but there's something that you need, like you're paving a road for someone. The 2 cards that came up is Taurus and the number 2 and then 6. Enjoy time. So 6 days. And maybe that's when you take this trip, because I do feel like it's within the next couple of weeks. You got 6 days and then 2 weeks. So within the next couple of weeks, you're taking this trip. This trip is going to be massive for you. It's going to bring you that pivotal moment you've been waiting for, you've been hoping for. This trip is going to be amazing. Now, Taurus, I don't know if Taurus resonates with you or if it has some kind of meaning to you. Yeah, Marion gets a cold front of 60 degrees, and over here it's like 70 something. That's not really cold front. Now, the emotions, you have free will. So if you look at this card, I'm going to show you in a second. She's wearing the crown, right? But she doesn't have it completely on her head, as if she's not ready to fully embrace that crown. But if you look at her eyes, she's getting that motivation to put it on. That's how I'm seeing this card. And that's exactly what I feel, where I feel like deck number 2 is. You're getting ready to embrace this. You're getting ready to wear it proudly. It's just that there's a tiny little hurdle, and something with this trip that you'll be taking is going to shift everything. Now, let's see. Oh, are you, Aurora? Where are you going? Is there trees and mountains or land? Something with trees. I don't know why trees seem to be so significant for deck number 2. Something with the trees. Maybe it could also mean like go out in nature and reconnect with the trees, planting. There's something with the trees that's significant for deck number 2. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, SeaWorld, yeah, there's trees there. Maybe not in SeaWorld, but outside of it, yeah, I'm sure there's trees, but some kind of trip. So your angel messages, it's time to release negativity. And this is the full moon in Scorpio, and I don't know why that's standing out to me. Maybe Scorpio means something to you. A win-win outcome is forecast. And that's the Libra sign. And you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So there's a lot of water signs. You got all 3. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So there is definitely a lot of emotional purging going on for deck number 2. But if you get a grip on it and learn to quiet your mind a little bit, take control of it, I promise you guys, deck number 2 is going to be in a completely different place within the next month or so. And I think you're going to be surprised where you end up too. I don't feel like you would see this outcome happen this quickly. But don't forget, it's been accumulating this energy that you've been putting into for like 2 years. Something with like the past 2 years. So this is the manifestation of that. So if you pick the giraffe, you are deck number 3. Deck number 2, I hope that resonated with you and brought you some clarity, insight, validation, whatever it is that you needed right now. So let's see. Oh, see, it's all the same. Every deck, same thing. Heart chakra, connection. Sacral chakra, money and relationships. So based on these 3 cards, deck number 3 may be going through some kind of divorce or separation. Something with relationships. And there may be a financial issue that's keeping you from making the decision you need to make. Maybe you feel like, because the connection also represents support. So, and then there's the money. So that to me, financial support, that there may be a money aspect to this that you are afraid to, oh, Yolanda, that makes sense. Me, I thought it said Meldek. That is keeping you from making the choice you need to make. Although that outcome is good. Let's put it this way. Here's the waiting game. You're putting shit off. Whether you do it now or 10 years from now, you're going to be exactly where you are right now. You can't avoid the feeling of what you're dealing with right now. You just can't. Whether you put it off for a year or 10 years or you act upon it now, you're never going to avoid what you're feeling right now. So I would suggest ripping the Band-Aid off, because you already know you got the crown chakra. So you already know intuitively, logically, you already know this, that it's run its course. And the only way you can move forward is by letting go. If you're going to sit around being hopeful, waiting for something or someone to save you from this and say, no, don't worry about it, hold my hand, I'm going to take you across to the other side, it's not going to happen, because this is about you. You have solar plexus also. So this is your will, your motivation. This is your power. Don't give your power up to someone else to save you from this feeling that you're feeling. Because the truth is, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You know you're going to be fine. Are there some changes you need to make or sacrifices you need to make? I wouldn't call it really sacrifices, but yeah, there's going to be some changes, but it's not your final outcome. What's most important right now is setting yourself free, which comes to fertility, awareness, and truth. So this is you standing true to yourself, first of all. 2, honoring what your intuition is telling you and what your heart is telling you. So you have to trust your heart and your intuition is in alignment. I just feel like the head is trying to avoid the emotions. And maybe the fear of, because it's the money card, like maybe financial support or some kind of support. But the truth is, you're very self-sufficient. Yes, Yolanda, you can take care of yourself, without a doubt. So it's interesting. I'm going to read the giraffe first. The visionary. Rise above earthly matters. See, there's the finances. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. So that kind of just says it all. That like summed it up. So see beyond, you're not things. And I know I'm learning to let go of the idea that things represent me or somehow it's a reflection of me. And they're just fucking things. That's all they are. They're just things. And things do not dictate who we are. We just somehow have been conditioned to allow that. That's not really the case. And that's what this year is going to teach us, to let go of that concept and be okay. Because if you think about it, in the end, wouldn't you rather be free? Free to do what you want, when you want to do it, rather than be a slave to things that are just going to suck the life out of you. Like, think about it. You get a nice house, a nice car, and the expenses of it is, I don't know, $7,000 a month. And all the work, you work 60 hours a week to make that $7,000 or whatever I said, $7,000 a month. That's all you're doing. You're working for this thing. You have no free time. You don't do anything you enjoy. If you want to splurge on yourself, there's some kind of sacrifice that's going to have to be made with the expenses. Wouldn't you rather just be free? Wouldn't you rather just have what you need? And I'm not saying settling. I'm just saying, if we can get into the mindset of having what we need and being okay with it, because being free is more important than being a slave to it. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what this year is going to push us out of, freeing ourselves from restricting us. So you have in the near future, ask others for help. Let go. It's up to you. And be assertive. So you definitely are going to, in the near future, be assertive. Let go. Ask help from others, and it's up to you. This is you being completely free. This is you getting the help that you need with people outside of you and within yourself. You have everything you need to support you, even though you may feel like you're not supported. Because I feel like for some, maybe you feel like, because the connection card, maybe you feel like nobody cares, nobody's gonna come through for you if you need someone. Because that's the other thing. We're afraid to ask for help because it's a sign of being vulnerable and weak. And it's not weak. We are social. We're genetically wired to be social. We have to interact with each other. So it would only be normal for us to rely on one another. I'm not saying 100% support, but when you need help, you need someone to come through for you. That's what I feel like you may be struggling with, deck number 2. Just saying, it may be, maybe it's like pride and ego that are keeping you from asking for help, from letting go of the tough armor that you put on. No one's saying you're weak, but it's okay if you break down. It's okay to ask for help. You have focus on the light. Defend to the end the worthwhile. And release the dark wound, let love in. So these 3 cards are, we're going to start with this one. Defend to the end the worthwhile. See, she has an owl. She's crying black tears. So this is your warrior. This is your dark side, your shadow aspect that's coming out. And you are trying to protect it by keeping it hidden, because if anybody sees it, you're weak for some reason. But you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying exactly that's what you think, but to that kind of concept. And the owl, to me, is a sign of wisdom. So there is a lot of wisdom within you, but it's hidden in this shadow aspect. If you embrace this shadow aspect that you're trying to protect and hide, there's so much wisdom there, which comes from focus on the light. And there, I don't know, the sunflower is standing out to me, even though it's the whole picture. But maybe the sunflower means something to someone. But remember, I forgot what reading, which deck it was, that you can only see the light in the dark. You're going to find the light in the dark. Focus on the light, and it'll lighten up the dark. Release the dark moon, let love in. So whatever this separation you may be going through, maybe it's like divorce or some kind of relationship. Maybe there is a past hurt here that you are trying to cover. Like if you have a past hurt, a relationship hurt in your shadow, you're protecting it rather than release it, rather than let it go. And it could very well be from the relationship that you're in now. You have Virgo, the number 6. And number 8, everything is in progress. So things are unfolding. And honestly, I don't feel you can hide from what you're going through anymore. It's just something you're going to have to address. You're going to have to deal with. But it's a good thing, because it's going to work out of always, everything always, no matter what kind of shitstorm we're in. It's always for your highest and greatest good. Oh, you're a Virgo, Yolanda? So something with 6 weeks. Something in 6 weeks is going to, because it's harvest the crop. So something in 6 weeks is going to manifest. Now, it does say 6 weeks, 6 months. I feel like more towards this 6 weeks, but let's say within 6 months, something is, you're going to see the outcome of something you've been working towards, if that makes sense. Something you've been wanting to happen. Oh, okay. Well, something's going to happen in 6 weeks. Something's in a good way. Something is going to come up. Then you have adventure, which is interesting. And you have kinship. So these 2 cards, and this I feel like has to do with the 6 weeks. So let me see what it could be some kind of connection that's going to happen within 6 weeks, 6 weeks to 6 months. Also, there's teamwork here. So it could be also an opportunity that presents itself, maybe a financial opportunity that's also going to show up. Adventure, renewal. Well, let's look at it this way. This whole thing is an adventure for you. So whatever it is you are feeling, because this is what it comes down to. Whatever it is that you are feeling, that you're trying to escape and run away from, you can't. You're going to have to deal with it. And you're going to have to like put your big girl panties on and go for it, because it's not going to stop. It's not going to change. It's not going to go away. You're always going to have to deal with it. So you might as well deal with it now and set yourself free, because you have a lot of interesting things coming to you in good ways. There's opportunities when it comes to business and money. It could be another relationship that some kind of connection is going to take place. And then you got renewal. So it could be someone from your past is coming into your life, because Venus is in retrograde. So it's very possible when Venus is in retrograde. And the 6 weeks. So I think Venus aligns with Jupiter during that time, which would be like surprise. Something is going to happen, but it's not going to happen until you make room, until you make space. So deal with what you're dealing with now so you can let it go and set yourself free. And then that's when all this other stuff is going to be brought in. Okay, so the emotional card is outside, a misfit, loner, wanderer. And if you look at her, she looks a little devious. If you look at her eyes and how she's holding this ball, like she's devious, like she wants to do something to get her way, and she's thinking about it. And the truth is, you don't have to do anything. Things are just unfolding to your advantage. And perhaps, because I feel like she has a lot of repressed anger. She's not just, her face looks like she's got a lot of repressed anger. Deal with the anger, deal with that like feeling that you've been burying, and you'll see you set yourself free from even that, from feeling like you need to take control of something or do something. Definitely some kind of, I almost want to say like an emotional breakdown, but I'm not saying you're going to have some kind of breakdown. You may, but your emotions are going to come up very intensely, and you're going to be forced to deal with them and work through them. And when you do, you're going to purge so much shit. And that's when everything starts to fall into place. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's see what your angels, guides, okay, all the cards fell. A time for healing. Meditate and contemplate. And Pisces stood out to me. So maybe Pisces means something to you. You are good enough, and luck is on your side. And this one's really important, because I think it wants you to know that no matter what choice you make is going to be for your greatest good. No matter what choice you make, no matter how you choose to work through whatever it is that you're working through, you're going to reap some reward from it. And no matter what choice you make, it's going to take you to an amazing place. Let's put it that way. It's just that I do strongly feel that your emotions have to be dealt with. You can't swallow it no more. Whatever choice you make with, your outcome of what you're going through is one thing, but the emotions, you're going to have to deal with them and then take it from there. So I hope deck number 3 that resonated with you. Now we're going to the vision board. And although I wanted to do a video and do the vision board all together, Obviously, that did not work out. I may do it on Patreon tomorrow, and I wanted to do it live, but I didn't let anybody know. So it's very possible, depending on how my computer works with me and how it allows me to like do videos, I will do a video at some point this week with the vision board. And even though I recorded, we can still do it together because I'll be doing it on video and you do it at your own pace. But I wanted to show you something. So my word was flourish for 2021. And on my board, 2021 is the year for change. And there was a lot of change, especially in my life. I have a successful business that improves lives of others and my own life, which was true because my business did grow. If you look here, I have an apothecary, right? I really have one now. So I did manifest. Maybe it's not the store that I wanted in this picture. It's actually in my bedroom, but I still manifested that. So what did I learn from doing this vision board? I learned to be specific. Don't just put a picture of, oh, I want this business and not put that intention. You have to put the details to everything you put on your board. And I know it sounds annoying, but you know what? You don't have to put a lot of shit on it. You can put one picture on there. And whatever it is, you put your word and the year on there. And whatever that picture is, that's all you're going to focus. You're going to put all your attention into the details. I want you to imagine that if your goal is to have your dream house, go in your imagination and focus on your dream house. Focus on what it feels like, what it smells like, who's there with you. Feel your feet on the ground walking in your dream house. That's the feeling you're going to get into, and then you post it on your board. For most of them, oh, Laura, you remember this? I think we did this. Didn't we do the workshop at the store with this? I'm pretty sure this was, maybe not, maybe I'm not sure. So on my vision board, I did put like little stones on them here. I put herbs on them and stickers. You can do basically a drill board. You can do whatever you want. You can just write affirmations and make it look pretty. You could just put pictures, whatever it is that you do on there though. And this is the greatest lesson I learned from looking at my board from last year. Be specific about what you want. If you want a store, then focus on a store. Putting a picture of a store is not good enough because that manifested in my bedroom. Not that I regret it, but it goes to show you it manifested, just not like the picture. So if you want something to manifest like the picture, then that's what you need to focus on. The best way to obviously find pictures is through magazines, which seems to be like a scarce commodity now. You can print stuff off the internet, or like I said, you can just draw, paint, color, do a painting, whatever it is. Put all your intention into it and be specific. So on my Patreon, I am going to start creating monthly journal sheets. And if you guys are interested in joining my Patreon, in the description below is the links to booking a reading with me, to Patreon, to my Facebook group, and I don't know what else is there, but all the links to get in touch with me. So I do want to start, and my goal, guys, Patreon guys, I really wanted to have it done for January, like, start with the first month and move through. And it just did not work out that way because my computer did not work with me. But I am creating sheets that you guys can print out and cut out and paste like in a journal. We are going to be making journals together. I have everything to do the video. It's just the past couple of weeks have been so crazy, but now there's no excuse because everything is done. And it doesn't matter if it's in January or February, but at some point Start a journal. Make a vision board. If you're only going to make one vision board, then do one for the entire year. You don't have to do one like I do every month. And some months I don't know, I just don't feel it. There are other videos, which is sad because on my Facebook group, all the videos I've ever done are gone. They're not, I don't even know where they went. And we've done many different circles, new moon circles with different ways to do vision boards. I don't know, the videos are all gone. So we'll just make new ones. If you guys have any suggestions or recommendations or something you'd like to do live like this, whether it's the circle or doing some kind of craft, or just let me know, guys. Just let me know, because this is me building my tribe even bigger. And I have to remember that I am not on Facebook, and I can't just assume that it's just all of us in our little clique, although it may be. And I see some weird shit popping up, and I don't even know what that is and who it is, but whatever it is, I don't even care, because the ones that matter are the ones that we are engaging with. So I send you an abundance of love and light, above and beyond anything you could imagine. You have no idea. Every time I do my grid and my altar, I send every single one of you that energy as well to help assist you, amplify whatever it is that you're doing in a good way. Use today's new moon to really think about what you want to bring into 2022. Don't worry about the details. Focus on the what it is that you want. And even if it's just writing it in a journal, like getting a piece of paper and saying, okay, 2022, this is my word, and maybe top 3 things that you want. It doesn't have to be so detailed, but guys, it's really, really important that you focus on that, because this year is going to move very quickly. It's not going to wait for anyone to catch up. It's going to be like opportunity after opportunity. Things are going to move really fast. So if there's any time to plan, it's right now, because once the energy starts moving, we're not going to be able to catch up. So I hope your readings resonated with you and they helped you in some way. I will let you guys know any other videos that I'm doing. And if I do it spontaneous, guys, I can't even let you know unless you subscribe and click the bell. You will get notified when I'm doing something. It should pop up. So subscribe and click the bell. This way, when I have those spontaneous moments to do a video, if you're interested in joining and seeing what it's about, then you join me. If not, you can watch whenever you want. Yolanda, don't worry about your exam. It's all good. Good luck. We all wish Yolanda good luck on her test on Tuesday. I know she's going to do fine. Just focus on the outcome and stop worrying about this what if. Have an amazing night, guys. And I will see you for the full moon and most likely some kind of random video I'm going to be doing so we can catch up with planning for 2022. Love you guys. Have a great night.